lovely.
Hi.
Welcome to America's Got Talent.
That moment marked the beginning of a global shockwave. Courtney Hadwin, a quiet girl from England, stepped onto the stage of America's Got Talent and transformed into something no one expected. Her voice was explosive. Her moves were electric. But what the world saw was only a tiny part of her real story. Courtney's life before fame was filled with silent battles. Few people knew she had struggled with crippling social anxiety since childhood. Living in Hartlepool, England, she often found it hard just to speak in class. She wasn't just shy. She was overwhelmed by the outside world. While she gained fame, her inner world remained fragile and haunted by fear. Today, we're going to uncover the painful journey behind the spotlight, the quiet suffering, and the strength it took to survive. Born on July 6, 2004, in Hartlepool, Courtney was raised in the small village of Hesleden. The town was quiet. Life moved slowly. Her family was close. She lived with her parents, Paul and Anne-Marie, and her younger siblings, Paul and Melissa. From the start, she was different. Teachers said she hardly spoke. Friends noticed she was most alive around music. At night, her parents often heard her singing in her sleep. It was like her emotions had no other way to come out. At Hesleden Primary School, Courtney didn't fit in. She liked old music. While others sang pop songs, she listened to Tina Turner and Etta James. Her voice was older than her age. Her taste in music only made her feel more alone. She was often teased and left out. Every school performance became a mountain she had to climb. Teachers said she had talent, but couldn't join group activities without a lot of encouragement. At age 9, her life changed. One night, she saw a young performer on Britain's Got Talent. It lit something inside her. She told her family she wanted to sing too. That's when the serious training began. Her parents supported her completely. She enrolled at local schools and took vocal classes from places like Shotton Hall Theatre School and Vocal Ovation with Julie Miles. These lessons weren't just about singing. They were about surviving on stage, battling fear one note at a time. She studied at Shotton Hall Academy. Teachers saw she was more focused on music than schoolwork. Her first singing contests were small, local events. Each time before performing, her family had to calm her down. But once on stage, she became someone else. The scared girl disappeared, and a star was born. Her performances left people speechless. The town began to recognize her. She was still fighting fear, but her talent was growing louder than her anxiety. In 2015, she joined Teen Star UK. She was only 11. She didn't win, but her voice stood out. People noticed. The performance got attention from local music lovers. The next year, she won Performer of the Year in Hartlepool. It was a big step. She got more invites to sing at community events, even though she was still just a child. But that didn't mean her fear was gone. In 2017, Courtney joined The Voice Kids UK. She sang Nutbush City Limits during the blind auditions. Her voice caught the attention of Judge Danny Jones. He said she was one of the most impressive young singers he had ever seen. She didn't win, but she gained confidence. She also got her first taste of big stages. At the South Tyneside Festival, she sang in front of 18,000 people. It was terrifying, but she did it. She also joined charity events and sang for causes that mattered. Her parents were always by her side, helping her juggle school and music. They made sure she didn't lose herself. But as the stages got bigger, so did the pressure. Music contests like Teen Star and The Voice were harder than anything she had faced. Every performance taught her how to breathe, how to stand, how to stay calm when the lights were too bright. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 2018, she auditioned for America's Got Talent. She was 13. When she walked out, she looked like she might faint. But once the music started, she turned into someone else. She performed Otis Redding's Hard to Handle. The judges were stunned. Howie Mandel slammed the golden buzzer. Courtney had just skipped to the live shows. The video of her audition exploded online. It reached over 310 million views. News outlets called her a sensation. Simon Cowell compared her to Janis Joplin. He said she could be a global superstar. But fame came fast, and so did the wait. Suddenly, Courtney had to travel, do interviews, attend press events, and perform constantly. She felt lost in America. The culture was different. The pressure was non-stop. Then things got worse. Some viewers realized Courtney had already competed on The Voice Kids UK. They accused the show of hiding her past. Her family had to speak out. They said they never kept her history a secret. But the damage was done. The scandal made people question her story. The stress on Courtney grew. Despite everything, she made it to the top 5 of America's Got Talent. She signed with a talent agency in the US. She began working on music full-time. In 2019, she was invited to perform at Woodstock 50. This was supposed to be her biggest break. But the event was canceled. Sponsors pulled out. Permits failed. Courtney was devastated. She lost a huge chance to grow her name beyond AGT. The cancellation hit her hard. She stopped doing big shows. Instead, she focused on writing songs and recording music online. But even those quiet moments weren't easy. Every time she had to sing, anxiety returned. People kept comparing her to Janis Joplin. What was meant as a compliment became a burden. Courtney didn't want to be someone else. She wanted to be herself. But the world didn't stop asking for the girl from AGT. From 2020 to 2023, she disappeared from public view. She worked behind the scenes, releasing songs on YouTube and Instagram. She wrote original music. Songs like Breakable and That Girl Don't Live Here showed her growth. She gained over 700,000 followers online. Her fans stuck with her. Slowly, she shaped her own voice, away from TV fame. She made her own choices about lyrics, melodies, and production. Without a big label pushing her, she took control of her future. That made her different from others who came from reality shows. While many faded away, Courtney quietly built something lasting. But the struggle was far from over. Her anxiety didn't leave. Before every show or studio session, she had panic attacks. In 2022, she was offered a role in an indie film. It was a good opportunity, but she said no. She wasn't ready to act. That choice showed maturity. Courtney was no longer chasing fame at any cost. She cared more about her peace of mind. Financially, she was doing well. In 2020, her net worth was around $1 million. By the end of 2023, it had grown to about $4 million. Her money came from streaming, promotions, and social media. That was impressive for someone without a major label. Those quiet years were not wasted. They were a time for healing. Courtney took care of her mental health and crafted her next move. In April 2024, she stepped back into the spotlight. She performed at Carnegie Hall in New York for the 40th birthday of the New York Pops. The show honored Clive Davis, a legend in music. Her performance was praised. She looked calm. Her voice was even stronger. People noticed. She had changed. Right after that, she announced she had finished recording her debut album. On October 29, 2024, The sessions at Metropolis Studios in London were complete. For the first time, Courtney had control over everything. The songs, the sound, the direction. She called the album Little Miss Jagged. It will be released in early 2025. This album was not like her old music. She moved into pop punk and alternative rock. It was bold. It was raw. The title song, Spellbound, was powerful. Critics loved it. Another track, You Only Love Me When I Lie, showed she had grown as a songwriter. The video for Spellbound got attention from Rock Sound magazine. They said it was her biggest leap forward yet. Courtney didn't stop there. She also revealed plans to release an acoustic EP by the end of 2025. This project would focus on soul and folk music. It would take her back to her roots, showing her deeper emotions. With this, she made it clear. She wasn't sticking to one sound. She wanted freedom. She wanted truth. In 2025, her net worth reached around $5 million. This included album sales, promotions, and online income. But even with success, she stayed low-key. According to Songkick, her live shows were still limited. Most were small or streamed online. She wasn't rushing back into huge arenas. Her social media showed a softer side. She shared moments from daily life. She seemed more at peace. In March 2025, during a BBC interview, Courtney opened up. She said her anxiety was mostly under control. But before big shows, she still felt numb inside. Those feelings from her childhood had never fully left. Experts say Courtney is now at a turning point. Her debut album was praised, but didn't dominate charts. The road ahead is tough. She can stick with her style and grow slowly. Or she can work with big names and chase a wider audience. No one knows what she'll choose. What we do know is that she has survived things that break people. From fear to fame. From silence to sound. She built her path from scratch. Courtney Hadwin is not just the girl from America's Got Talent. She is a survivor, a fighter, an artist with something real to say. What do you think about Courtney's journey? Let us know in the comments.